money does that usually cost?
Anybody know maintenance fees? Alright, let's go ahead and take our first vote. We'll get back to you in a second, Tim. Let's take our first vote. So those of you in the panel, go ahead and find the picture of the one that represents the one that you support the most right now, and go ahead and hold that up. Holy cow. Geothermal, take it over, right? So hydroelectric, wind, and solar. Need to step up your game a little bit. Try to get some more votes there, right? Alright, so Tanner, you had your hand raised.
Yes. My question is for hydroelectric, is how much does it cost to install a dam?
It's like $30 million. But it's cheaper to do in the long run.
Explain what you mean by that.
Like with the energy costs today, if you install the hydroelectric dam, it'll save you more money instead of having to pay the energy bills.
Okay. So if we're talking $30 million, that seems like a lot of money. Okay. How long is the dam going to last us?
It can last over 40 to 50 years, and sometimes it can even be doubled. Like the lifespan of it can be doubled.
Okay. Owen?
What if you were to try to make one where someone lived and they refused?
I'm pretty sure people won't live like in the middle of a lake. I don't really understand the question.
Like if you were to block up a river to make one so the turbine could spin, but someone was to live along the river bed.
Well, they're probably not going to be along an actual like riverbed. They're probably going to be in bigger bodies of water.
So you're saying that we cannot put a hydroelectric plant on the
Probably not.
Justin, do you agree with that?
We had it like that. It's actually $1 billion, like instead of 3 billion.
Okay.
Yeah.
So that's a lot more money. Alright. So do you guys still agree with is it Danny? Is it Danny? Okay. Do you still agree with Danny that we cannot put a hydroelectric power plant in a river? Everybody agree with that? Mike, I'll get back and check.
Because where's it going to go?
Danny, you had your hand raised up. There's something.
When they first said that it was $3 million, we actually looked this up, and it was $690 million from American Rivers.
Okay. All right, so solar, you've been quite quiet. What points do you have that you want to bring up about your positive things about solar power?
It's a renewable energy source from the sun, and it will cut down your electricity bill. And yeah, it's clean and suitable.
Yeah.
A single solar plant can last 30 years without maintenance or replacement.
There is probably the recorded deaths of the solar panel.
They can actually recycle them after they do break and reuse them.
There are like in the other groups that people have died from their energy source.
Craig, do you have any other questions?
Yeah, geothermal. What do geothermal plants do to prevent wastewater?
Speak up, please.
What do geothermal plants do to prevent wastewater?
What do you mean by wastewater?
Wastewater would be anything that's water that has pollution in it.
Well, usually when you pump out the geothermal fuel into and then make energy out of it, it gets cycled back down into the earth. So it would be very rare to have any polluted water because it's just going through the system and then going back down.
My question is for solar. It's about what Josh said. So no one has ever died from solar energy.
Sierra?
How does solar panel affect human? How does solar panel
affect the environment?
Sam?
They take up space, a lot of space, and they can kill anything under it that is leaving shade that can't get sunlight.
Sometimes when people are like,
But solar, like, farms are usually in the desert, because it's more like the desert.
So if I wanted to put a solar panel to power my house, how much space are we talking about?
The everything if you're really.
Okay. If we wanted to do solar power for this entire building, the school, how much would we be talking about then?
probably like 3 parking lots.
Solar yard, as big as the parking lot.
Like, probably like 2 parking lots of solar
Okay.
panels.
So the bigger we're talking about, the more space we're talking about, obviously. Okay. Yes?
I have a question. How many panels
But we don't have that information, but also, there is really no, posing threat to animals in our plants.
I have a question for Lynn. How one of you guys said that they have to do maintenance on the like propeller thing. Do they have to go outside onto the turbine thing?
Yes.
And if they were to fall off, could they die?
Yes. Or they're like attached to it, so if they fall, then they'll place in there. So when they fall, they don't fall all the way to the ground.
Grant?
We've found information from windworks.org. This is from people that own wind turbines, and it's about deaths in wind energy. I'm gonna go through these. In the USA, 27 people total have died from maintenance and manufacturing of wind turbines. Around the world, in insulation, there's been 44 deaths when they're installing the wind turbines. In a maintenance, worldwide, 19 people have died from maintaining the wind turbines. So, do you guys have plans? What do you think you guys, what do you have to counter the fact that lots of people have died?
So that was a considerable amount. How many total do we have?
Oh, let me do that. I'll tell you in a second.
About 60, 70?
Yeah.
Okay, so about 60, 70 people. Was that just last year?
This
Was that
has
total?
been,
Total?
yeah.
Okay. So 60, 70 people have died because of either working on wind turbines or accidents or something like that. You obviously, if you're gonna put one of these into a neighborhood or a town, you want something that's safe. How would you address the issue if somebody brought up the idea, well, 60, 70, 80 people have died?
I really don't know, but I'm not saying it's a good thing that we don't have a lot. I mean, it's a good thing we don't have a lot, but like most of the energy that we're not gonna know gives way more deaths than 60 deaths.
Sam, do you have something?
Says, wind kills, 20,000 to 37,000 birds over a year in the US.
How do we address that?
Can you say that again, please?
Kills 20,000 to 37,000 birds a year in the US, just in the US. Yeah.
Birds are
Well, my research said that we only kill 43,000, and more birds are killed by wind strikes than wind turbines.
What's a wind strike?
Wind strike is when a bird runs into a window, like when it flies into a window.
Do you know how many birds have died from that?
Yes. 97 to 97.6 million birds have died from windows.
right. Tanner,
I have a question for geothermal, and it is, how many gases are released a year when drilling?
Well, are you talking about per geothermal plant is built or made consistently in one plant?
Like, per like, how
Per
many
plant?
gases?
Well, we said this, the only time is, well, it only produces less than 1% of the CO2 that, you would get from burning fossil fuels to make energy.
okay.
Hydroelectric, if someone was to be working on the dam and then the dam was to like break or collapse, what would happen?
Well, dams are built to be pretty sturdy, so it is a rare chance that the dams break, so.
David,
If something would happen to the turbine, sorry, this is for hydroelectric, if something would happen to the turbine under the dam, how would it be fixed?
Well, you'd have the maintenance budget right now and try and see what's wrong with it. And you probably have to go from there. Like if it's actually ready, you probably just have to get a new, like, turbine.
Josh?
I have a question for geothermal. So do you guys think that you guys have no threat to the human race about you guys energy and people dying?
That is not what we said. We said that it is very rare and unlikely. We think that someone would die just from the output of less than 1% of our geothermal plants for those about 2 weeks that you'll be drilling. So. Yeah.
Okay.
I have a question for wind energy. The New York Times says that Asian competitors are selling wind energy for much less than people are selling in the US. What do you have to, what do you have to say about that?
So what do you mean by they're selling it for less, like the parts and components are less, or the
And-
energy that they,
And the energy that they produce.
so the electricity that's
Yeah.
generated? So he's saying that the energy that is created by European, right, Asian turbines, the electricity is being sold to the Asian market cheaper than what it is for the United States. So what would you say about that?
We would probably lower our prices on the thing, but we found out that.
Dylan?
For solar, I have a question. How would you get past environmentalists, the people that like in charge of the wildlife, when one of your plants take over more than 150 square miles of habitat?
We would buy the land from them for a lot of money, and pay it off with the solar panels.
And we probably wouldn't even have 150 acres, you said? Miles, 150, yeah, I doubt we'd have that much land just for a solar farm. It's like a lot.
Jordan?
For hydroelectric, on average, how many houses can one dam power? Can you repeat the question? On average, how many houses can one dam power?
How much energy can be produced by a dam?
It can probably produce about like 40 houses of energy.
Okay. Do you guys know what the Hoover Dam is? Okay. Where's that located at, you know? It's out west, right?
Yeah.
Okay. How many, the Hoover Dam is the largest dam in the United States. How many houses or miles or whatever you call it does the Hoover Dam support? Is it gonna be more or less than the Hoover Dam here in Westerville, Ohio? So it's in Nevada, okay? Is it gonna provide more energy than, is it gonna survive enough for the entire state of Nevada?
Probably not that much, I wouldn't think.
Owen, do you have input on that?
For, like, you guys have one.
The Hoover Dam, the largest dam, actually supplies enough energy for 3 states worth of electricity. Okay? And it actually supplies 95% of those 3 states' electricity outputs. So I think your 40 houses is way under what it should be. Okay? Yep. So it's, I mean, it's got the ability, like I said, it's that one out there, state of Nevada, 95% of all the electricity is produced just by that dam. Okay, but it's a really big dam. Okay?
Oh, I have a question.
Go ahead.
Solar, like, what would happen if, like, the weather got cloudy and, like, the sun was producing too much energy?
Light still gets through the clouds.
But what if it was, like, dark outside, there was no sun, no nothing?
At night, it saves energy for night throughout the day.
Tanner.
My question is for hydroelectric. It is, how have dams become more eco-friendly?
Good question. So what's the environmental impact from a dam? This is one of Mr. Ross's favorite questions.
Hydroelectric power actually reduces greenhouse gases. That's like one of the main goals of that.
Can we put the ladders up so the fish can swim?
Christian?
My question is for geothermal. How do you guys plan to reduce the amount of hazardous waste and gases?
Produced from our plants.
Yeah.
You have, what kinds are you referring to?
Like, any kind of poisonous gas or anything that can kill.
They're like, the question at hand, okay.
Our plants don't create greenhouse gases, the drilling does, but our plants don't.
The machine, I believe the machine is what causes the greenhouse gas. The machine needs to run on, let's say, gasoline to drill, but then once, is that right? I think we said it a couple times, I think people are slower than you. All right. We're gonna have the chance, we'll get back to you in a second. Let's do another vote of the panel. Has your decision changed at all? Go ahead and put them up for us.
Okay.
All right, we're still on geothermal. Okay. All right, so here's what we're going to do. We have about 10 minutes till we're done. So what I'd like you to do is we're going to end up here with closing arguments. I would like for you to get with your group members. I'll give you 2 minutes to discuss what you want your closing argument to hear. This will be the last thing that the panel will hear before they make their final motion. Okay? Those of you that are on the panel, once you guys get together real quick, see if there